I'm Jim Gordon, and I'm here at the offices of the Richmond Sentinel to bring you an important segment on the 2022 municipal elections here in Richmond. We've invited all the candidates to share with you, our viewers, why they're running and who they are, and why they want to serve the city of Richmond. Every candidate that accepted our invitation will be given the opportunity to share their views. Get to know the candidates here in Richmond and make an educated decision before you vote. Now, let's get started. Joining us now is someone I talked to last year. Laura Gillanders is joining us right now, running for council with Richmond. Good to see you again, Laura.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're quite welcome. Okay, we're doing this with everybody. About 4.5 minutes. Let's start with a bit of background for the viewers about yourself and why you're choosing to run.
Sure. I'm a Richmond resident. I'm a Richmond business owner. I work for a large construction company as a CFO. I have a young family with 4 kids, not too young, too older. And I've been involved in Richmond issues for many years. And that's a little bit about me. Okay.
Well, a couple of the issues that we've been talking to every candidate at this table today in these segments is crime and safety and affordable, sustainable, attainable housing. Let's start with housing first. I think that is a great concern for a lot of people. And some of the candidates we've talked to have said, yeah, they're hearing that. How about your thoughts on that issue?
Yeah, absolutely. We're in a housing crisis. I hear it day in, day out. We're experiencing it ourselves with our kids, you know, trying to find a place to live, trying to find a place to rent. We also feel it with our employees not having places to live here. It's difficult to retain employees just because the cost of living is so high. Yeah. I've been involved in rental housing advocacy for Richmond for quite a few years now. You know, we've been trying to get more rental housing built since 2018, since the province gave us the powers to do some rental tenure zoning. Sure. And Richmond hasn't acted on that. They've just been doing the same developments, the same status quo developments, luxury condominiums, luxury townhouses, large mega mansions in the single family neighborhoods, and haven't diversified or built the kind of housing that we need for people who live here. Mm-hmm. You know, and all those developments are important, and they're all part of everything. We need all different types of housing. But Richmond has some of the highest rents in the Lower Mainland.
Really?
I think the third highest. Okay. We've had almost the lowest number of rental housing starts compared to Vancouver, Burnaby. They're all building thousands of units, and we keep approving token amounts of rental in high-rise buildings, and it's not enough to capture the residents that have been displaced by rezonings. It's not enough to account for the huge inflation of prices that we've seen in the last few years. So we really need some new councillors who are willing to not just do the same status quo developments, but to actually zone things for rental and to look at creative solutions to the single family neighborhoods, to building, you know, coach houses and other things in a way that will benefit the people that live here and that speculators won't be able to take advantage of. And that's what we're all about with Richmond, and that's what I'm all about.
Other issue that is, I think, really risen to most citizens' top of their list is crime and safety. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about your party and what you personally see and would do if you were elected.
Yeah, I see a real increase in crime and issues with safety, especially in larger cities like Vancouver. We see it every day, random attacks. Mm-hmm. We have a huge mental health crisis going on. You know, we don't have enough resources or places for people with mental health to get better. We're really fortunate in Richmond. We have been a little bit sheltered from the massive scale of random attacks and things. We're one of the safest places to live, which is why I chose to raise my family here. So we're very fortunate. But we do see an area where we can support the police, we can support the RCMP. Mm-hmm. There's a need for more mental health professionals to accompany the RCMP where required on calls. This has been something we've been hearing about in the community. So that's something that is in our platform and we're planning to do.
We've got a few seconds left. Anything else you'd like to pass on from your standpoint to our viewers?
Sure. Well, you might remember me from Richmond Farm Watch and the work that I did with stopping mega mansions on farmland. Mm-hmm. And I just feel that we're always one election away from possibly returning to that. All it would take is a change in provincial government for them to take away that rule. Right. It would just take a couple more councillors on Richmond Council to get rid of the 400-metre house size limit. So especially with Councillor Steeves retiring, I feel that we really need to elect farmland candidates like myself who will keep mega mansions off of farmland.
Laura Gillanders, good to see you again. Laura, thank you for joining us. She's running for councillor with Richmond. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thanks.
And that does it for this edition of the Richmond Sentinel Spotlights on the candidates that are running in the next election, October 15th. Please educate yourself and vote on that day. For more details and if you want to see more videos, please go to the Richmond Sentinel website. It's richmondsentinel.ca.